Dino, so Monday night, obviously, you would have dug into what went right and what went pretty wrong. What have you kind of found from the big review?
Yeah, I think you look at everything because I don't think we had anyone on our team perform at the highest level that they need to win the game. So yeah, you look at an emotional loss, an emotional win versus Sydney, and how that affected us and different things. But again, and we got these 4 games in 10 days, and maybe I lightened off a little bit, in practices and stuff as well. So you just look at, we just played with a real edge, and maybe going into this one, it was, it just wasn't that edge that we, had. Maybe that was with people out and different things that had happened over the past few weeks. We actually were healthy and going into a game and pretty confident, but yeah, steamrolled from the start and never recovered.
What were the one or two things that really stood out to you? Like, obviously, there was a lot of stuff that went wrong, but what were the couple of things that you go, okay, we really need to change this Thursday night against Brisbane?
Yeah, you give up 113 points to start with, and it's not like they played at incredible pace or anything like that. It was just their discipline to make every action real, and the way that they set up and rejected and used screens to great effect. And then use their leverage of shooting and their leverage of downhill, and I think we just were never in the fight at all. And I think that's the most disappointing thing about coming off that loss. I don't think we won a 5-minute period in the game. There was never a point that I thought, here's the comeback, which we've been very good at in the past.
Is that the poorest performance a United side's put out there under yourself?
Possibly. I know how I've felt the last couple of days because of not being able to, really get back into the fight. Changed a few things, but it just didn't make a difference on the night. And so, yeah, little tough one to take as a competitor.
So, are you expecting a big response, obviously, Thursday night against Brisbane?
Yeah, it's been who we've been, and I love that about this club and this team, to say if we do have a performance that's below par, that our bounce back has been outstanding. We all owned the review, coaches, players, everybody owned our own mistakes, and hopefully we just see a much better performance.
You said that review was going to be brutal. Did it get fiery, or was anyone calling each other out, or was it more like process driven?
No, just a lot of questions from me about what are we in here, what, and again, I thought our group has been outstanding in those situations, in owning it or talking about how we be better.
Brisbane, what are the things that you need to do to stop them?
Yeah, Tyrell was someone in the preseason when we played him that he was a force in being able to get close to the charge circle and be a great rebounder. You couple that with Rocco and some rim protection and stuff. They're large at centre. Bairstow's come in and had quite an impact for them as well. But it's about their guards. Bateman's been exceptional in their wins, been a real score and punch for him. Cook's, a really high level shooter, and Nordo's playing at a high level right now, and couple that with Casey. So, there's some guards that we've got to really take care of.
And then I guess you've had the short turnaround, and then you have another short turnaround coming back on Saturday night against Perth. How do you kind of manage that really tight, between 3 games?
Yeah, and I think we just got to, probably look too far ahead last week, and so just make sure we prepare for Brisbane perfectly. We look at what happens after the game there and about what the needs are for the next game. But yeah, we'll see what lineup they put out. I'm not aware of what Bryce's situation is at the moment. I don't expect him to be there, but in some way we'll still prepare our mind for that lineup. But yeah, we've seen their other guards, Pepper and Henshaw, really have a big impact on this club and get some opportunity. And I think with more reps, they'll continue to get better.
It's Indigenous round on Saturday night, and obviously you wear the specially Indigenous jersey. Can you just talk a bit about that and what it means to the club?
Yeah, we've got a great education session through the week, and Ricky Baldwin's been a part of our Indigenous Week and our club for a long time right now, and does a great job in how we celebrate the Indigenous community and how we give it, the voice it absolutely deserves, and a stronger voice in our community. And proud of the Indigenous jersey that we wear, and always a special night for the club.